The beating stick. Bring this hoe. Turn it down, please. We are live today. It's the Rob Black Show. I will take out my charger and throw it on the floor. I've got the beating stick, and I'm looking for a whore to not beat. I'm not a ramrod from that movie of the, I don't even remember that movie name. I just know it was a guy, a pimp named Ramrod, who beat up hookers, and it was that Wings Hauser guy, not Doogie Howser, the young prodigy doctor from the acclaimed movie Doogie Howser, MD. No. It was Wings Hauser from the movie where he beats up hookers called Ramrod. So, let me move the, as you see, I have to use my fingers because the poker was broke. We got no bees today. She's always positive, no fucking bees. Alright. We do that because it's sunny out. Why is it sunny? Because this is California. California. We already had the, what's it called? What's it called? The rain. We're done with the fucking rain. No more rain. Alright. There, how's that? Is that good for everybody? I think it's good. I think it's good. It's fucking 3D today. We're doing 3D with the poker. We have the poker, and this is so we can point to things on the great map here. And I can illustrate things like Michael Vick, Goodfellas, and of course the death dollar. Right here. That is the death dollar. That's the Chris Man death dollar. We'll be getting the Chris Man death dollar real soon. Chris Man death dollar. This is the Rob Black Show. I am welcoming you all to the Rob Black Show. I am your humble host, Rob Black. Some call me Roberto Negro. Some call me El Diablo. Others just call me Delicious. But you could call me Rob, your friendly, lovable host. So, if we can get on today with the world that we live in, which is pretty awesome, and of course the industry that we play in, which is pornography, and of course mainstream world. Well, at least some of us play in the mainstream world. Others are just nothing but dirty pornographers that look for things to shove up their asses. Well, that's all fine and dandy, and we'll talk about that today as well. So, those of you who missed the evening show, you can go to Adult FYI, and you can watch the evening show. You could go to YouTube. You know what YouTube is? Okay, and you can go to the Sinister TV channel on YouTube, and you can watch last night's show. After every show airs, that is what this fucking Google's for. It records it, and then it throws it on up onto the old YouTube site. And YouTube, in the YouTube world, puts it out there and everybody watches it, everybody enjoys it. Some people jerk off to it. They do. So I've gotten emails from people saying that they jerk off to me. They literally sit back in their chairs with a bottle of lubrication, because lubrication is important when jacking off. Whether it's spit or it's some Crisco, or if you're a big fat motherfucker, it's just ham juice. Okay? A little country sweet, honey baked ham juice. And you put it on your hand and you give it an old workout. So that, my friends, is what some people do. I don't find it degrading to myself. I find whatever gets you off, gets you off. And if I can help get you off by just talking and walking around and moving my arms or anything like that, then that's what I want to do, and I want to help you. I'm a helpful guy. That's what I do. I help. And depending on the day of the week, if you were here in person, I possibly could get out a glove, a catcher's glove, or an infielder's glove, and give you an old jerk with the glove on. Possibly. But that would cost $22.50. $22.50, and no negotiations on that. So last night on the Rob Black Show, we call it Late Night with Rob Black. Why? Because it's fucking late. All right, and it goes on until 10 o'clock at night. And at 10 o'clock at night is normally when we sign off. Now, sometimes we go a little bit longer, depending on how much excitement we get into. Now, last night, we did a lot of porn news. We did. We did a lot of porn news. I felt that some of you had been wanting more porn news. I felt some of you have been demanding more porn news. And I wanted to deliver. That's what I do. I want to deliver. Kind of like the pizza guy from Big Mama's Pizza. I want to deliver. All right? And subsequently, we were talking about that yesterday, guys. And the interesting thing is that guy made about $1,000. The report says that Ellen collected about $600 from the audience, and she then threw in about another $400. And that pizza guy walked away with a cool Gino. What's that shit? Madon. He got to be on the fucking Oscars. He's been all over the news. And he made $1,000, and the guy's got a piece, they said, a piece of Big Mama's Pizza. Yes, he has a piece, meaning a proprietary ownership in Big Mama's Pizza, that division. And I've gone to Big Mama's Pizza. I've enjoyed Big Mama's Pizza, and there's one in North Hollywood. And I like it. It's good. Prices are good. And it sure beats Pizza Hut, where they piss in the goddamn sinks. Ladies and gentlemen, Pizza Hut. Yes, the Yum Yum brand that makes commercials that show little Chinese girls basically bribing black children with fried chicken while they are homesick in a land far, far away where no one can breathe, and that is in China. And you know what's funny? When that commercial come out for Kentucky Fried Chicken, I was wondering to myself, and it was an afterthought, but nonetheless, I was wondering, why did they not depict China exactly the way it is, which is full of pollution, full of smog, and everybody wearing fucking masks? No, they show little Chinese girls and citizens of China running around like they're in beautiful, fresh air, dancing, singing, and being chinky. Now, if they really wanted to be accurate, like they were trying to be with the little black girl eating fried chicken, they would have showed the girl when she was looking out her window, longing for home, just nothing but smog and pollution. And then when she got on the bus and looked around, she would have seen everybody with fucking masks on, respirators, because you can't fucking breathe in China because they have a pollution toxicity level of about 513. And hazard zone is 500. Nope. And if they wanted to be technical, when they gave the girl the fried chicken, it would have been glowing from the fucking radiation. They didn't do that. No, they didn't. Instead, they depicted China as a happy-go-lucky place, kind of like Judy Garland in Over the Rainbow, Wizard of Oz. And, of course, they said, hello, little black girl, would you like some fried chicken? And possibly some watermelon and chitlins to go with your meal. Now, let's talk about last night. Let's talk about pornography. Let's talk about fat people. We talked about fat, disgusting slobs last night. That's what we did. And our key component of that conversation was that of the brand new movie that is produced, directed, and of course, and baked. Let's say baked. Because you can't talk about a movie that basically is tipping the scales at about 1,000 pounds. And that's just the girl cast, baby. And that's being light. And that's without Jessica Drake and, that's without Jessica. Because Jessica Drake doesn't get involved. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me fill you in. We're talking about an AVN, and that's the only way I could talk about this, okay? That's the only way I can talk about this. And let me explain to you, okay? Let me explain this to you. When you go to avn.com, do you know what avn.com is? Do you know what avn.com is? Let me explain to all of you who aren't real sure what avn.com is. avn.com is a pornographic website for the adult industry. And if you go there, you will see some of the ugliest girls I've ever fucking seen in my life. What the fuck, man? It's like anytime you go to AVN, you wonder if they are deliberately trying to have people not go and view their products. Or more importantly, you wonder what the fuck happened to the adult business. So I go on there to give you guys a Jessica Drake, Kelly Shibari fat fuck update. And I click on and I see an ad for an affiliate marketing to performers called Pink and White Workshops. And on the cover has got to be the ugliest gook. And that's the only way I can describe her, called Jiz Lee. And it says online marketing director Jiz Lee will lead the workshops and also make themselves available for one-stop support for those located outside the Bay Area. I know why. I'm telling you. It's like I'm a die-hard Democrat. I'm a die-hard Obama supporter. But I get why people shit all over California and, more importantly, San Francisco, because it's got to be just the wackiest and ugliest city in hands down. And I mean, New York is liberal, but nowhere in New York is it as ugly as San Francisco. It really is. And I get it. San Francisco's home of the gays. I mean, you might as well just call it Gayland, you know? I get it. It's like, I get it. But Jesus Christ, man. It's like, why? And I've had this conversation on this show before, and of course, nobody's ever been able to answer it for me. And maybe some of you can answer it for me. Here we are a couple months later. But why is it if lesbians, and I love lesbians, not to be cliche, oh, I love looking at, I love lesbians. Why? Because they like to look like dudes. So you would say, so Rob, do you like dudes? No, but I like looking at freaky shit, and I've never met a lesbian that doesn't look bizarre, all right? It's just fucking bizarre, and I like all oddities. I'm an oddity lover. Dwarfs, cripples, people that have afflictions where they got growths. And what I mean by that, like the guy in Mask, Rocky Dennis, and he had the big old starfish face. I love that. I fucking love that. You know, I love that. I love especially the part where they're talking about outstanding achievement of him in school, and they go, and first place, Rocky Dennis. And they just keep going until eventually the entire crowd just keeps chanting, Rocky Dennis. And of course, Cher shows up with the entire, the entire adult industry of alternative performers. And what I mean by that is basically inked performers. Yes, alt girls and alt guys. Well, the alt guys used to be called fucking Hell's Angel biker guys. But somewhere along the way, they turned into alt guys who take it up the ass by alt chicks, nonetheless. I love those freaky people. The guy that was born with no face, and they have to reconstruct his face. There's also a TV program I saw where a guy had a 31-pound tumor on his face. Literally, it was the fucking tumor, and it literally was falling off his face. I mean, it was off his face. Like he carried, like when he went out to dinners, he carried his tumor like it was a little child. And he couldn't even really talk because the tumor impacted his speech. And he was, could I have a fucking and he would talk and love that fucking program. I think it was on that Discovery Channel. And they hack off this fucking tumor. And I'm watching the show, and I'm totally vested into the show. And I'm watching it. And at the end of the program, they reveal what he looks like without the tumor, and he's still disgustingly ugly and hideous. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. Either with the tumor or without the tumor, the guy is disgusting. Kind of like the young man I seen who had tree hands. His entire hands and feet and his body were engulfed in these warty, furry things that were tree hands and tree feet. And he was like the tree guy. And again, they took off all of the bark on this guy. And at the end, he looked like a guy that just had a tree pruned. And you just pull back the leaves and the bark. And it's still a fucking tree. Disgusting. I love people like that, though. If I could have a worker here that had a 40-pound tumor or tree bark and tree face, woo! I'd be into it. Nonetheless, back to lesbianism. And more importantly, not the Anne Heche lesbianism or the Ellen DeGeneres lesbianism. Because even Ellen has got a boyish look, but yet feminine to watch on TV. Now, I look at Jet Li and I think to myself, could you possibly look any more like a guy that is in a kung fu movie? And the body on this dude or girl is pretty hideous. I mean, if you look at this AVN ad, Jet Li's got, I mean, it looks like a Tokyo Drift, for Christ's sakes. It's the hideous, ugliest chick I've ever fucking seen, with a disgusting, doughy body. And of course, the top girls that are, I would take it, part of her ugly trio is a, I don't fucking know, somebody that looks like, okay, have you ever seen the Saturday Night Live skit where Chris Kattan plays Monkey Boy? You have, and they got the big monkey ears, and he did a skit with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Can you smell that guy? Exactly. The Rock and Chris Kattan did a skit where they're Monkey Boy, and if you look on AVN, you will see a girl with a white tank top on top of the crash cash, and she looks like a monkey boy. And now I know that's a girl, but you would not be able to tell considering she looks like a young boy. She's also next to a young bald-headed boy that looks like a young bald-headed boy. And then on either side are two big, fat, black chicks. Now, once again, if lesbianism and lesbians are supposed to, at least my understanding, and I'm not an expert on lesbianism, but my understanding is they are pro-woman, and they are everything about woman, and they're about women being feminine and all the things that make a woman great. Why do these lesbians practice their brand of lesbianism where they look like dudes? If you're a girl who only likes girls and your object is to show that women are strong central characters and they, in essence, don't need a guy to sustain their lives, why do all of these lesbians look like dudes? Doesn't that kind of just throw shit out the window? And the same thing goes for guys. If you're a guy and you like another guy and you're into fucking a dude up his asshole and you're into sucking on his big fat cock, you want a guy. You look at a guy and go, that guy's hot. I want that guy's man ass. I want to go fucking rodeo riding with him. I want to fucking go and do a little bareback mountain. I want to wrestle up steers. I want to fucking get done. I want to fucking cook a ribeye. And then I want my buddy Billy Bob, to take my cock down to my balls. Now, if a guy wants another guy to be basically act like James Bartolet and be extremely feminine, doesn't that completely go against the grain of being a fag, a guy, a man lover, a man-ass lover? Wouldn't you then just be with a girl? Wouldn't you then in turn just get a girl? I'm lost on that. And if my friends in the gay community could just help me out, because I'll tell you this, if I was into man-ass and I was into homosexuality, I would want a man. I would want somebody like Brad Pitt. I would want somebody like Bradley Cooper. I'd say, Bradley, come over here and wrap your mouth around my fucking fat cock. Okay? Give me a silver lining playbook. Dance with me, motherfucker. Dance! That's what I would say to him. I'd say, fucking dance! All right? That's what I would do. I'd tell them, I'd say, hold me, caress me, rub my shoulders. Fucking put your arm between my legs and grab my cock and balls from behind. So you're also rubbing my asshole. That's what I want. I don't want you to dress up in a fucking dress. I don't want you to fucking dance to show tunes. I want a fucking man. And if we're getting frisky, call up Colin Farrell and let's do a fucking three-way, for Christ's sake. That's what I would do. But that's not me. I'm not a homosexual. So if my homosexual friends could help me and clue me in on why they are very feminine. Not all of them, but we've all seen enough that walk around with assless chaps on and the makeup and dancing and going, hello, hi, my name is James Bartolet. Would like to do an interview today. We've all seen that. And again, I don't get how that is being gay. And if you're gay and you like man ass, if you are into a feminine man, why are you not just with a chick? Have her put a strap-on on. Have her pretend she's a guy. But if you're going to be with a guy, be with a man, baby. Be with a rugged man, a guy that's going to fucking fuck your face and then slap the shit out of you. Backhand you, bitch slap you, fucking knee in your fucking nose, busted open. I mean, he's gonna fuck your ass until it's fucking bleeding. He's gonna rip your asshole open with his fucking fingers and force feed you his fucking your shit juice. Isn't that what you would want? Same thing with a woman. Why would a woman, a lesbian, be with another girl who looks like a guy? If you're Jet Li or you're someone who likes Jet Li, why don't you then just go and find the nearest worker at Benihana? Wouldn't you look for Bruce Lee lookalikes? I don't get it. I don't get it. Wouldn't you go somewhere for a little Tokyo drift? I don't get it. Why would you go with a girl with a shaved head, wearing tank tops and military boots? That's a guy. It's a guy. So AVN, nevertheless, never ceases to amaze me. And again, I get why people look at California at times as just being a land of fucking weirdos. Because San Francisco truly is a weirdo capital of the world. It really is. It really is. It's just a fucking weirdo land. And that is the home of a bunch of butchy, weirdo lesbians that call themselves pro-women and pro-lesbianism, but yet they look like guys. And I love for some dykes to hit me up and give me the reasoning behind all of this. Okay? If somebody could tell me, it'd be great. Okay? I wish somebody would help me. Nobody wants to help me. Nobody wants to help me. And if somebody would help me, that would be nice. I really do. I really do. If somebody could help me, I'm going to wait for somebody to help. And I would imagine that people that are associated with me, if the concept would be to go to an appointment at 1 o'clock, which is already confirmed, and we've already set it up I would assume that if it's 12:35, duh, I would go to get to an appointment at 1 o'clock. I think it would only make fucking common sense. But maybe I'm a dummy. Maybe my name's Rob Black, the fucking dummy. Hi, I'm Rob Black, the dummy. I'm Rob Black, the dummy. Yes, I would put $5 from a fucking PayPal card on a gas tank. Go figure. But I'm a dummy. There's $7.20 to put on PayPal for gas. I think I would put $5 on gas. No different. I really don't know what to say about this show anymore and the people I'm associated with. I can't really handle the process of communicating with people anymore. But I'm going to try. I am. I'm going to try to carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when we are done. Lay your head to rest. Don't you cry no more. I lay my head and put your eyes on the ceiling. I punch your dick in and make you believe it. To my eyes I see a faggot. To my eyes I see a queer. I got some viruses in my email. Every time I push the button it won't work. To my eyes I see a faggot. To my eyes I see a problem. Carry on my retard son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. You're a retard, Mo. Hey! So I see what you are to believe in. Such a dummy, I can't believe you are breathing. To my eyes, I cannot believe it. You are a retard forevermore. Do I take my hands and stick it around your throat? Do I strangle the life right out you mope? Why won't you ever be there to get some wings in your head? Carry on my retard son. There'll be peace when you are done. Go to the valley, yeah. Get in the car, you fag ho! Sorry guys, I had to break into that song. That was a good riff. That was a good riff. Alright? That was a good riff. Might have to revisit that one day. Because my emails are all jammed up. And I can't fucking get to them. Man, baby. Okay? Alright, baby. Yeah, baby. I love you guys. I love you guys. My girl, Katie Summers, is sending me news reports that I'm going to get into when we get later on in the show. Right now, we're jumping into pornography. And if Katie Summers can switch gears right now and tell me a little about why lesbianism and lesbians like to look like guys. And Katie did a scene with a girl that looks like a guy. She did. And every time I see the box and I look at And every time I look at the box and I look at the at the every time I look at the box, it makes my stomach turn, because she's engaged in this sex scene with a girl that looks like a guy with red hair, and it's all butched out, and it's just an ugly, nasty fucking girl, and it's just disgusting. So maybe Katie can enlighten us a little on what her theory is on why women who are why do I keep saying that? Women that are lesbians that practice lesbianism must look like a guy. And if that's the case, and they want to be with a girl and not with a guy, why do they like their partners to look like guys and for them themselves to look like guys? It kind of goes against the grain, and I get, again, why New York or people shit all over California and San Francisco, more importantly. Anyways, I ain't fucking good, motherfucker. Back to AVN. I love when you guys also send me emails and you tell me stupid shit. And I got an email from somebody with a stupid fake name, because that's what a lot of these people do. They post as fake names, and telling me about people that call me a name. Like, I'm going to respond to every time one of the losers calls me a name. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, fucking, what are you kidding me? Give me something. Give me something, please. You fucking retards. Listen to me. You guys are all nuts. All you people in the porn business are crazy. And you gotta stop posting as fake names. You guys gotta be fucking real men or real women and actually post as real names. Until you do, I basically look at you guys like jerk-offs, because you're giving me fake-ass names, and I actually know you inbred motherfuckers. So, please, go fuck yourselves. Anyways, let's get back to AVN. So that's my thing. I had to look at this Jet Li ugly motherfucking troll and her trolley friends. All right. Then another San Francisco alumni. Again, I don't fucking get it, man. And this is the Fillmore Adult Gallery. Fillmore's Nina Joyner appointed to Anti-Violence Committee. When I first saw this, it looks like a guy. It looks like Jason Kidd or something like that. And then I look, and it's a chick. Oakland Mayor Jean Quan has appointed Nina Joyner, owner of Fillmore Adult Gallery and noted porn producer, never heard of her, to the Measure Y Violence Prevention and Public Safety Oversight Committee, which oversees proper administration, revenue collection, spending of the implementation programs funded by the $4 million program. It's no secret that many business owners eventually get involved as active members of local government to help improve the business landscape. Since opening on Valentine's Day 3 years ago, Fillmore's owners has continued to stay involved in local government activities, even after facing much opposition from the community to the opening of Fillmore Adult Gallery. I had to write down my vision for Fillmore, which would give the city of Oakland an idea about what I intend to do, yet to keep the doors open. I would have to do much more than sell intimate products. I would have to create a space where my customers would want to shop. Small things make a difference for our customers, such as calling to have street lights replaced or writing letters to, or calling City Hall to ask that we get better traffic signals. I think of being in the Measure as being political, especially in Oakland. My recent appointment as a commissioner of Measure Y, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to all recognize the significance of the appointment. To be noticed not just as someone that owns an adult store, but as someone who truly cares about their community is the icing on the cake. As the commissioner, this is when I hope to inspire others that no matter where you come from, you have the great intentions, blah, blah. The commission meets on a monthly basis and proceeds are televised on the city's local access. Oakland is beginning to be recognized for a lot more than negative storylines. Oakland is moving forward, powered by the people to fight to open business in the city has led to the fight to want the city to be better. Each day I contemplate how to help my business continue to grow as well as the city. I'm beyond excited to help join her at it. Great. First off, the woman looks like a dude, so I take it she's a lesbian. And secondly, it's Oakland, which, you know, you got two opposite spectrums. You got San Francisco, the gay capital of the world, and you got Oakland, California, which, I don't know, if you want to die, you go to Oakland. Oakland's the only place where you can go to a football game and get murdered because the fans don't like you wearing the opposite team's jersey. Oh, you've got a 49ers jersey on? Kill ya! Fucking die! Fucking Oakland. What are you, fucking nuts? Oakland. Oakland is like going to, did you ever see the movie with Kurt Russell called Escape from New York? Okay, that city, that fictional city that they say is New York City, that, my friends, is what Oakland is now, without a wall around it. Fucking Oakland. Oakland's got like the highest violence, the highest murder, the highest Mexicans that wear Oakland Raiders fucking gear. Fucking Oakland. Who the fuck goes to Oakland? I'm gonna go to Oakland. Get the fuck out of here. I think the other reason that the Raiders are in Oakland is because I think they give Al Davis a complete tax exemption. Like, I do. I think they're like, Al, if you just stay in Oakland and don't move back to Los Angeles, you don't have to pay taxes ever. Ever. And we'll get you an armored car for wherever you drive in Oakland. Get the fuck out of here. It's like fucking, that's like living in fucking Inglewood, Watts, you know? I'm the mayor of fucking Compton. And I'm not talking about Compton now. I'm talking about Compton from Boys in the Hood Compton, all right? That's what I'm talking about. Where every day it was a drive-by. Woo! Fucking Oakland. Get the fuck out of here, Oakland. Yeah, of course they're going to put this lady or guy, whoever she is, on some type of $4 million. Hey, here you go. You're going to be on the board of this. Nobody else wanted it. Who wants to be on the board of something in Oakland? Someone's going to rob her for the fucking $4. They're going to be like, hey, you got $4 million? Come here. There you go, right out of your fucking head, guy, girl. Give me that fucking money. She's the only dummy that volunteered. Hey, I'd like to be in charge of a $4 million fund in Oakland, and everybody was like, yeah, go ahead, sure. Go ahead. Your name's going to be attached to $4 million in Oakland. These motherfuckers, she's going to be walking down the street, motherfuckers going to hit it. Give me that $4 million. She'll be like, no, I don't have the $4 million on me. Oh, can we go to the ATM and get the $4 million? No, I don't have an ATM card with the $4 million. I'm just running the fund. Oh, how do we get to the fund? When would the bank be open so I can get the $4 million? No, fuck, okay. Yes, tomorrow, pick me up and we'll go to the bank and I'll withdraw the $4 million. Okay, thank you very much. I will not shoot you in the head. Thank you. Thank you very much. Fucking Oakland. Fucking, I am in charge of a $4 million fund in Oakland. Really? You really want to tell everybody that? You motherfucker, she's got people knocking at her door. Hello there. Hello, Miss. Hello, you Nina? Well, yes, I am. You got a couple $100 you could give me? Why? Well, I hear you are in charge of a $4 million fund. And it's part of an anti-violence committee. And unless you want some violence, you better give me a couple $100. Well, sure. Well, come on, let's go to the ATM. You see this lady Nina, fucking, she's going down to the ATM every hour with people from Oakland. Hello there, Nina. Yes, you need some money too? Yes, my friend said you could give me $4 million. Yes, come on. It's like, hello, yeah, my name is Shaquana. Yeah, and my friend said I can come here because you've got me some money for my butt injections. Now, I normally go to the lady that puts the silicone putty in my ass. But I was told that you got $4 million. So I was like, about $1,000, please. Come on, let's go to the ATM. That's all Nina Joyner's doing, is going down to the Oakland ATM, withdrawing part of the $4 million for the anti-violence campaign. And they go, excuse me, Nina, do you know that money? And she goes, well, listen, that money is for an anti-violence campaign. And unless I gave all these people of Oakland 1,000 here, a couple hundred there, they were going to give me some fucking violence. So this $4 million is a way for me to spread and not have violence in the city of Oakland. Do you get it? Okay, thank you. Now I need an increase on my spending limit, and maybe we can get a American Express anti-violence black card for the black people of Oakland. Fuck, man. Okay. The mayor of Oakland, Gene Kwan. Don't even tell me that Gene Kwan of Oakland is a chink. Oh my God! Oh my God! Of course she's a chick. Who else would want the job of mayor of Oakland except some fucking Chinese lady? Seriously, it's like they were like, all right, we need to have the mayor of Oakland. Who wants to be the mayor? You see everybody like this. Who, me? No. All of a sudden, you got fucking Gene Kwan. They were holding their fucking meeting at a goddamn Chinese restaurant, the Imperial Diner. Gene Kwan was serving people fucking tea. And after everybody declined to be the mayor, someone went, and they went, she's a fucking waitress at the Imperial Dynasty. And they're like, fuck it. Hey, Gene, yes? You want to be the mayor of Oakland? Oh, mayor of Oakland! Yes, I be mayor of Oakland! You're the fucking mayor, baby. Oh, thank you, I be mayor of Oakland! Gene Kwan. January 3rd, 2011, she became Oakland's first female mayor. Yeah. Listen, nobody wants to be the fucking mayor. Oakland is all black. They kill everybody every minute. And there's not even a black mayor. It's a chinky mayor. Why? Because a black mayor, a black guy knows he'll get killed. They're like, fuck this. Let's have a fucking 64-year-old China woman. Fucking Gene Kwan. Yeah, great. Gene Kwan, mayor of Oakland. Oakland's got to be just the shittiest area of the entire California. Seriously. Gene Kwan. Gene Kwan. Hi, hello, my name is Gene Kwan. How are you? I am the mayor of Oakland. Oh, Jesus. Okay, go for it, honey. Go for it. Oh, I am the mayor of Oakland. Oh, you are the mayor of Oakland. Oh,
Oh, I have got a relationship with the unpaid legal advisor, Dan Seagal.
Oh, man. God. This is just... God damn.
But Kwan has remained very unpopular in the city of Oakland. A survey of the USA poll found 60% of residents disapprove of her job performance, and 65% say the city is on the wrong track. Crime is the voters' primary concern. Even though Kwan is Oakland's first Asian American mayor, it is the Asian American community giving her the lowest marks, with 67% disapproving of her performance.
Oh, crime. No shit, crime. It's fucking Oakland, you retards. Jesus.
On December 7th, 2011, Oakland City Clerk's Office approved a request by the committee to recall Jean Kwan to begin collecting signatures to qualify a recall measure for the future ballot. The committee failed to collect enough signatures to qualify for a measure. And
yeah, they tried to recall this mayor.
Oh, Mayor Kwan. Oh.
Mayor Kwan, the fucking boss of Oakland. Yeah, great job you got there, Kwan. The Kwanster. All right, Katie Summers has just told me, not all lesbians are born looking like real girls, so they are stuck looking like a boy and have to deal with that. I don't think it's a choice, and I'm sure they hate it, but they have to deal with it. Laugh out loud. That's a Katie Summers statement, a second Katie Summers statement. And of course, my email is jammed. You know what happens, guys? I get a virus. I don't know who gives it to me, but somebody, or they wish to be a guy but don't want to be transgender. So instead they act like a dude and dress like a dude. Kind of like the movie Hilary Swank was in Boys Don't Cry. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I know we were on the mayor of Oakland, Kwan, but we had to finish off with the lesbianism and why they are and look the way they do. Thank you, Katie Summers. You are sheer radio gold. All right. Now, back on to ABN. So, as I was perusing, okay, while I was perusing ABN, and I was reading last night, okay, and I was talking about what the fuck? What is this? I always love looking at stupid shit. Yeah, seriously. God, this has got to be a barn burner worth of shit. Listen to this. This has got to be just the worst idea I've ever heard. Listen to this. And I got to just talk about it because it's so stupid. So the new press release that just came out on ABN is called Operation Outdoors by Wild Image Pictures. Listen to this horrible idea. Wild Image Pictures has announced an open casting call for Operation Outdoors, a new series of on-location adult productions planned to start shooting in late spring. The series will feature on-location shoots that combine outdoor sports and travel with hardcore sex. We've been checking out locations, and it's not easy to find snow, as you might imagine, said production spokesperson. But now we have location, and we need some performers who love winter sports as much as they love sex. One of the problems with location productions is that they shortchange the sex for the location. Added the spokesman. Who's the spokesman? Why? I mean, they're going to list all these other people, so why don't they list the spokesman? It's kind of silly, but we plan to have hard sex in outrageous locations, using the performers and the locations to make the best scenes anybody has ever seen. Casting will take place March 7th and 8th at location in Chatsworth, with director Evan Stone, producer Ben Fisher. Do you guys know who Ben Fisher is? I'm serious. Do you know who Ben Fisher is? And representatives of the production, including director videographer Jay Jacobs and still photographer Rick Garcia. The casting call will be recorded for behind-the-scenes footage for the complete production. Nudity will be required for the production and all photographs at the casting call, but is optional for behind-the-scenes footage. Fisher commented, "We found some great locations, and we are looking for performers who are into outdoor sports, hiking, camping, riding ATVs, swimming, boating, jet ski, horseback riding, and much more. Must be very comfortable with adventure and full of energy, ideally. We want kinky, naughty people who can take a scenario and run with it. Talent interested in participating in the casting call should RSVP to cast at wildimagepictures.com. Upon acceptance, full details including location and appointment time will be provided via email." Wow, hey, that sounds fucking awesome. Ben Fisher, awesome guy he is. So I'm thinking we've got to sign Tom Byron up for the wildimagepictures.com. Because I know Tom Byron can go camping. I know Tom Byron can go swimming. I definitely know he can go boating, horseback riding, forget about it. And of course, he's full of energy. And he's very kinky. And he can take a scenario and run with it. That's it, goddammit. We are definitely going to hit up Wild Image Pictures and have Tom Byron be part of this action-packed, fun-filled weekend where you're going to get a 52-year-old man to ride a horse after his balls get mushed and smashed, get off the horse, and then plow into some skanky bitch that's going to want to be riding horses and fucking fucking rock climbing, and then bend over and stick it in her dirty, smelly ass. Awesome. What a great idea. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, this might be one of the greatest innovative ideas I've ever heard from a porn production company. Seriously. Ben Fisher. Ben Fisher, Madon. Ben Fisher's definitely got to be, without a doubt, an incredibly genius visionary. I don't know how we have gone this long without a movie like this. Seriously. I'm not lying. I'm not being God, I'm not being I'm not being an asshole. Seriously, guys. I'm not being an asshole. Ben Fisher has got to be one of the most innovative and creative talents of all time. And with a crew with director Evan Stone, I got to imagine that this action-packed movie with Evan Stone and his camouflage pants and his fanny backpack I guess, jet skiing. And to me, it sounds like a bunch of droll porn guys trying to get a free vacation out of some unsuspecting jerk-off who's going to lay out the money for this drizzling shits of a movie. That's what it sounds like. It's like, hey, guys, you want to do like a 2 or 3 day party weekend where we ride jet skis and go hanging out? And you got, Jake up to Rick Garcia, like, yeah, that's fucking cool. And, Evan with his fucking camouflage pants, yeah, let's rock it, man. I mean, that's the only thing I can fathom, because this sounds so horrible. And it just sounds like you're going to have a bunch of dead porn actors. Just a bunch of dead porn actors. Swimming, hiking, boating. Ooh, fucking porn actors can't even get fucked in the ass without fucking getting hurt. And you're going to stick them on a boat. You're going to have them go camping. What the fuck? What are you guys, nuts? God, horrible. What's this business coming to? That's the innovative ideas. That's the innovative ideas. And everybody keeps sidetracking me right now, and it's pissing me off. And I'm telling you, you guys are pissing me off. Why are you pissing me off? Because I really wanted to talk about Kelly Shabari and Jessica Drake again. Because it never gets old, talking about fatties. It never gets old. Never gets old. But anyways, you missed it last night. And Tom Byron is actually working up that story. Okay? Minga. Here's a fucking top story. Jake Malone fucking killed himself. Malone. What a fucking shitty way to go. Jesus. And he jumped off a fucking bridge. Malone. What a fucking way to go. Jesus Christ. What a fucking way to go. Here's, listen to this story, you guys. Malone. This is on XBiz. Wow, that's just a fucking shitty way to go. It's like Jake Malone commits suicide. I'm already died. It's just the funeral I've been waiting for. We gotta play Cyanide for Jake Malone, man. Hold on. Hold on. Here it is, baby. Jake. This shit's for you, motherfucker. Where's my song? Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Why am I not hearing my music? And why am I not hearing my motherfucking music? I'm upset right now. Hold on. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with my iTunes here? Come on, motherfucker. Oh. Jake Malone, this is for you, baby. See, fancy up there. Black angels there. It's final fail. Happy to say, won't you let me stay? Happy to say, Jake Malone, you're there. tribute to Jake Malone to follow pornographer who jumped off a fucking bridge. Oh, yeah! Ain't fucking there. The back way. That is there. But nothing empty they say. There. Won't you let me stay? Empty they say. There. What you call my name? Oh, call your name! Die! I've already died! It's just the funeral I've been waiting for! Cyanide! Jumping off a bridge! Empty there forevermore! Take below! We're gonna fucking break this down a little bit. At least until the suicide part comes back in. Days seem to concrete these door years. In lights in hell fire. Up to heal all rest of life. Seems to press you on this now. See there is less goes down. The way you fell the sky. So peace in hell. Take the Lord and peace in hell. Take the Lord. Peace in hell. Take me out! Oh, take me out! So I'd feel good if I was really playing, wouldn't I? Come on, I'm a fucking rock star all over. Like that. And I'm looking around the crowd. Jake Malone! Right here, look at yeah! Oh yeah, Jake Malone! Whoa! Let me hear you! Come on! Jake Malone! Jake Malone! Jake Malone! Jake Malone, let me hear you! Well, not you, Jake, 'cause you're dead, but let me hear you! Oh! Nancy and Sam! Sir, won't you let me stay? Nancy and Sam! Sir, won't you let me stay? Come on, Jake Malone! Oh, call your name! Suicide! I've already died! It's just the funeral I've been waiting for! Cyanide! Living dead inside! Breaking from these shells forevermore! Jumping up bridge! Evermore! Just the funeral waiting for! The funeral I've been waiting for! R.I.P. Jake Malone! That's the tribute to Jake Malone! Who else is gonna do a goddamn tribute to fucking Jake Malone? Oh, It's just a funeral I've been waiting for. Woo! Alright. Jesus Christ, I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to join Jake in a minute. Alright. Let me give you guys the update. Okay? Let me give you the update of Jake Malone right now. Oh, God. Suicide! I've already died! It's just a funeral I've been waiting for! Cyanide! Jumping off a bridge! Break me from the shepherd evermore! Forevermore! Just a funeral I've been waiting for! Alright. Veteran producer-director Jake Malone committed suicide Tuesday morning by jumping off a bridge in Long Beach, California. He was 61. Malone, whose legal name was Parker Sherman, most recently was a producer-director for Evil Angel and had directed and performed in more than 100 titles, and an adult industry career that started in 2003. But he'd been on an extended hiatus from the industry and battling drug addiction in recent months, friends have said. Evil Angel manager Christian Mann, when's that motherfucker gonna die and join Jake? Said in a statement, I learned this morning that Jake Malone is the man who jumped to his death from the Gerard Desmond Bridge in Long Beach earlier today. Jake had been back in the United States for only a few weeks following a hiatus in Thailand, where he tried unsuccessfully to set up a guitar repair business and become a permanent resident. Mann continued, a brilliantly talented man as a pornographer, photographer, and musician. He was also a perpetually troubled and self-destructive soul who could not escape the demons of his years-long addiction to drugs. Even though Jake had ceased directing movies a couple of years ago, we considered him a member of the Evil Angel family. I spoke with Jake a couple of weeks ago. We talked about getting together for a visit now that he was back in the U.S. It was clear to me that he was suffering from depression and in the throes of active drug addiction. I've lost a friend, as many other people did in the business. Our industry lost one of its most talented and humorous creative personalities. He referred to himself with pride as a pornographer, and that he was. Dion Bruce, the owner of Combat Zone and Filthy Films, who was one of Malone's closest friends, had just exchanged text messages with Malone Monday. I knew Jake Malone a long time. We go way back. Bruce said Tuesday. He actually got my first job at Elegant Angel. He introduced me to former owner Patrick Conlon. Caruso said he recently went a long period without being in touch with Malone, and then saw a picture of him on Facebook in which he appeared in a state of clearly declining health. He looked horrible, so I reached out to him, and he came to me like 2 days after that, and he was living with me. He was living at my warehouse, Caruso said. We were taking care of him, feeding him and getting him to the clinic at Tarzana to get him off drugs and to get him on the right track. Caruso said that last Friday he loaned Malone money so he can get his belongings out of storage. So who owns all of Jake Malone's titles? If this guy was so broke and everybody was giving him money, who had his 100-title library? And somebody's making money from that library, because apparently it wasn't Jake Malone. So who the fuck is making money from this guy's library? That's what I'd like to know. Think about it. If you had 100 titles, and they were Evil Angel titles, and I know Evil Angel was still selling those titles, where the fuck is that money? And how could this guy have no money? He texted me yesterday and asked me if I could come over to the office and check his email because he had no computer. He continued, I love the guy. I knew him a long time, and we've been through this a few times. I wish I could have done more. I really hope we could have find love and happiness now in a better place. Bruce said that Malone had also recently lost his brother. I owe him my success in the industry, Bruce said. He gave me my opportunity. My plan was to bring him back. I knew he wasn't going to pay me back. Look at Dion. He had to bring up about money. My plan was once he got clean, he was going to come and be an in-house director for filthy films. Evil Angel director Joyce Elvera in February saw Malone in Thailand and helped him get back to Los Angeles by paying for his airfare. Where's this guy's movies? The guy had 100 movies. Where the fuck is all of his movies? Where is all of his catalog? Who the fuck owns his catalog? Somebody stole his fucking catalog from him. Apparently, somebody stole his fucking catalog. Veteran producer, director Juan Cuba, wow, what a winner he is. Another close friend of Malone's also said he owed his career in adult film. I'm so devastated right now, Cuba said. I never would have had a career if it wasn't for Jake Malone. Parker was one of the most brilliant, talented people I've ever met in my life. He was one of my best friends, and he was the reason why I got into porn. And the reason my movies did so well at Red Light District. Juan, your movies did shit. You're a retard and you suck. He was and will be an inspiration to me always. Cuba said Malone taught him how to shoot camera and would even work as a production manager on shoots. Malone's worked for Evil Angel, where he signed a production distribution agreement in the summer of '06, included 6 volumes of the Fetish Fuck Doll series, 9 volumes of Bitchcraft. He previously directed and performed a few dozen titles for Red Light District, Platinum X Pictures, and handful of titles for Alien Agent. He wanted to be at Evil Angel. It was his dream because he knew he belonged there, Cuba recalled. They were so happy when he got there. The person I knew wasn't the person that jumped off that bridge. The person I knew was a kind, loving, brilliant, artistic, and beautiful person, and not the broken person that jumped off the bridge. I'm going to miss him. He meant the world to me. Malone, who was originally from West Palm Beach, Florida, attended St. College. He was an avid guitar player and songwriter who had played with numerous established musicians. He's survived by his daughter. Well, Jake Malone, dead. He jumped off the bridge. As everybody called him a junkie in this a tribute to him, which wasn't really nice, but either they called him a junkie or said that they helped him and gave him money. Again, my question is, where the fuck are his 100 titles? Or I should say 30 titles, 20 titles. Where the fuck is his movies that he owned through Evil Angel? Who gets those? Where are they? Why was he not getting revenue from those? Weren't they on VOD? Weren't they somewhere? Did he sell them outright? What's up with his titles? I guess that will be a question nobody will ever address, and Jake Malone will just be another jumper. Well, there you go. Jake Malone, dead. Another porn director, dead. Dead. D-E-A-D, fucking dead. 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 Do you gotta hear it one more time, motherfuckers? Okay? Do we have to hear it one more motherfucking time? Do we gotta hear it one more time? Alright, we're gonna hear it one more time. You know why? Because I'm gonna take a piss. Okay? We're gonna hear it one more time. Tribute song to Jake Malone! While Rob Black takes a piss! I'm not gonna sing, I'm not gonna dance! This is memorable! Ooh! Jake Malone! R.I.P. Huh! Huh! We're back, ladies and motherfucking gentlemen. Alright, we done with our Jake Malone tribute. That's the Jake Malone suicide tribute. Suicide, I've already died. It's just a funeral I've been waiting for. Cyanide, living dead inside. Alright, let's see what else we got going on, man. God. 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 Look out! Look out! Let's see. What do you guys want to? You guys want to keep going with our porn news? Do you guys want to get going with some world events? What do you dummies want to do? What do you dummies want to talk about? Come on, what do you guys want to talk about? Huh? What do you guys want to talk about? Huh? What do you guys want to talk about? If you tell me what you want to talk about, I'm willing to talk about it. What do you want to talk about? No, I'm not. I don't give a fuck what you guys want to talk about. I know it's horrible, isn't it? I know it's bad. Oh, let me pick up my stick. This is the stick. Say! Man. Woo-wee! Nobody knows it. When I'm down, I'm on the ground. Ooh, nobody knows it. When I'm down, I'm on the ground. I take my dick out and shove it in your mouth. Ooh, nobody knows it. Fuck yeah, man. It's nice out today, ladies and gentlemen. It's really nice out, seriously. Like, it's beyond nice out. I can't even explain to you how nice it is. Like, beyond nice. All right, Curtis James wants to talk about poot. Let's talk about poot. All right, Curtis wants to talk about some current events. Curtis is like, fuck that porn shit. All right, Curtis, you know what? We'll get back to fucking pornography. How's that? We'll get back to pornography in a little bit. Let's talk about the pootster. All right? What do you guys say? Let's see what the old Pootarooski's up to. Okay? Let's talk about the pootster. And what are we doing? Okay? Let's talk about the Pootarooski. Let's talk about the Pootameski. All right? Are we going to go? Let's talk about the Pootamaster. What do we want to talk about here, baby? What do you want to talk about, baby? Huh? What do we want to talk about? All right. So, basically, ladies and gentlemen, and it's kind of amusing to me because we have basically, and again, when you watch and listen to the Republicans, and of course the people who hate the president, and they are nothing more than armchair quarterbacks, as I would call them, or let's say armchair presidents, because most of the people that are talking are the sorry bastards that couldn't fucking win a presidency. Mitt Romney, loser. John McCain, loser. Sarah Palin couldn't even get out of the fucking starting blocks to even become considered a winner. And all of them are clamoring, Obama weak, the U.S. is weak, weak, we're being weak. Okay, what would everybody like us to do? You have the basically equivalent to the United States as far as muscle, as far as power, as far as everything that's imaginable. And let me give you guys another information that nobody wants to talk about. Russia is the second biggest maker and exporter of oil and natural gas. I even think they're the #1 exporters of natural gas. So, when everybody talks about the United States, we gotta we gotta what? It's been 2 fucking days. Over the weekend, Obama was on the phone and said, Pootsie, bro, you can't be doing this. And Pootsie has gone ahead. And people go, see, that's because Obama's weak. He told Putin not to invade Ukraine and the little peninsula there. And he did, see? The Crimean region. He's not listening to Obama. Again, Obama said, yo, bro, I prefer you not to fucking do that. And if you invade Crimea, if that's properly how we say it, and you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to force us to make some choices and economic sanctions that you don't really want to. And you have us, and you've got Germany, and you've got a whole bunch of other countries that are saying, listen, what you're doing is wrong. And you really need to rethink your fucking attitude, bro. And they talked for over an hour on the phone. Now, again, there's nothing we can do militarily. So it's not like we can send in troops and help the Ukraine and Crimea region. That is completely not something that is even to think about. All right, we're not going to get into some type of war with Russia over a little piece of shit country that, for all intents and purposes, was Russia's. And 70% of the people to 90% of the people in Crimea are Russian. And when Russian soldiers went into Crimea, they were not treated with booze, but they were treated as one of their own, because the majority of those people are Russian, and the majority of them look to Russia as their allies. So militarily, it's off the table, and the only thing we have are sanctions. But we have to tread on that lightly, because we get huge amounts of oil and huge amounts of natural gas from Russia. And in all practical purposes, Russia can give us equally as much pain as we invoke sanctions on them. They can play hardball and cut us off from natural gas and oil. Now, we all know that the United States is dependent on foreign oil, and we are only led to believe that we get this oil from the Middle East, when in fact a good portion of the oil we get is from Russia. Our natural gas is from Russia. And if you eliminated natural gas from Russia and oil from Russia, we would be hurting immensely. Now, the flip on that is, well, Russia's economy depends on those exports. And they need us to buy that stuff. Exactly. That is why it is going to take more than 2 days for this situation to get under control. And when you have people like John McCain, a fucking loser, remember, he got his ass handed to him in the presidential elections, and you have a jerk-off like Mitt Romney, who got his ass handed to him, and these two guys are bitching and moaning that the America that we live in now is weak after we've decimated all terrorism, we've wasted bin Laden, we've wasted Gaddafi, and I'm not real sure, but if McCain and Lindsey Graham and Mitt Romney are suggesting that we send drones in to fucking kill Putin, they're out of their fucking minds. So basically, the Pootster has got to invoke muscle, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's flexing it a little, and he's going to, I would say, back down within another day, 2 or 3. Obama has already given him some outs and said, here's what's going to happen if you don't reverse your action. Now, many of you say, well, we ought to just invoke the sanctions. A lot of these sanctions, my friends, once you fucking put them on, there's no taking them back. And when you start doing international sanctions and getting the UN involved and getting the UE involved and doing all of these things, it's not like in the middle of the night you go, okay, it's all done now. Well, everything's back to normal. Russia's economy, their stock market already took a huge tumble. So you have to let it play out. Again, it's been 2 fucking days. All right? We're literally going on, I think, the 3rd full day of the conflict. And we have to wait to see how it plays out. And at the end of the day, I'm telling you that Russia is going to back down. Okay? And they will be part of a withdraw, and they will come back. Now, people were clamoring today about a test-fired and intercontinental ballistic missile. Now, let me read this to you. This is from Reuters. Russia fired an intercontinental ballistic missile on Tuesday, with tensions running high over its military intervention in Ukraine's Crimea region. A U.S. official said the United States had received proper notification from Russia ahead of the test, and that the initial notification predated the crisis in Crimea. The Russian Defense Ministry could not be reached for comment. The Strategic Rocket Forces launched an RS-12M Topal missile from the southerly Afghanistan region, and the dummy warhead hit its target at a proving ground in Kazakhstan. Defense Ministry spokesman Igor Yakubov told state-run news agency. The launch site, Kazakhstan Yar, is near the Volga River, about 450 kilometers east of the Ukrainian border. Kazakhstan, a Russian ally and a post-Soviet security grouping, is further to the east. Russia conducts test launches of its ICBMs fairly frequently and more often announces the results. A practice seen as intended to remind the West of Moscow's nuclear might and reassures Russians that President Vladimir Putin will protect them. Russia and the United States signed the latest of a series of treaties restricting the number of ICBMs in 2010, but Moscow has indicated it will agree further cuts in the near future and is taking steps to upgrade its nuclear arsenal. Putin has emphasized that Russia must maintain a strong nuclear deterrent, in part because of an anti-missile shield the United States is building in Europe, which Moscow says could undermine its security. The Defense Ministry said the test could help Russia improve its capability of foiling anti-missile shields, RIA reported. Moscow says it's concerned U.S. interceptors could shoot down some of its ICBMs in flight, weaken its arsenal. The United States says the shield is meant to protect against threats from states such as Iran and poses no threat to Russia. The 20-meter-long RS-12M, known as NATO parlance as SS-25 Sickle, was first put into service in '85, 6 years before the collapse of the Soviet Union, and it's designed to carry a nuclear warhead. Its range is 6,000 miles. That sure does beat the North Koreans' 150-mile Scud missile, huh? Exactly. Do you guys see why there is no rationale to tell Putin we're going to go in there and beat him up with fucking rockets, fucking red glare? There is no, there is nothing positive about invoking and trying to get into a fight, okay? War mentality with Russia right now. And what's even funnier, what people accuse Putin and says he is going after a country that he has no right going into, and that he's invading their country on false pretenses. And you could add up all of the things that sound very eerie to why we went into Iraq. And again, I am pro-America 100%. But, and when I say but, it's not ever to put down America, but it is at times to look and see when we do things, there are actions or consequences to our actions. And when we invade Muslim countries and invoke a Christian or a Jew rule and side with, as the Muslim countries would say, the enemy, there are consequences. And those consequences involve airplanes getting flown into our World Trade Centers, underwear bombers, things like that, because Muslim countries, whether it's the Taliban, or it's Iran, or it's any of those territories that see the United States marching in with Benjamin Netanyahu and saying, wow, these Jews and Christians are coming in to fuck with us. That's not cool. Now, we have been in these conflicts with the Middle East ever since George Bush went into the Persian Gulf. Now, you got to understand that when we invaded Iraq, there was no rationale to that whatsoever, except we were told by our president at the time that Iraq did 9/11. We were told that Iraq was responsible and had nuclear weapons. We were told all of these lies, and in turn we went into Iraq, and everything that we were told was a lie. And guess what? Russia stood back and shook their head and did nothing. Now, here we are, and we're bitching up a storm about Russia going into, ultimately, Crimea, which really is a Russian populated territory and a part of a country, Ukraine, that all but, 20 years ago was, 30 years ago, was part of Russia. And their president that was just ran out of there was a Russian ally because he's taking refuge in Russia. And for all intents and purposes, the United States is getting butthurt because Russia is ultimately doing what we did in Iraq, except Russia has a little bit more reasoning to do it. We didn't go into Iraq or into Baghdad, where the population was 90% American. No, we went into Iraq and we went to Baghdad, where the entire population were either Sunni, Shia, Muslim. I mean, they were nothing and furthest from United States citizens. So it's amazing when you see people like McCain and Sarah Palin and Mitt Romney screaming and yelling about our president, and it's been 2 to 3 days, and again, John Kerry is on his way there. If not, he's already there, and we have to tread lightly, because ultimately, if you wanted to go tit for tat, Putin probably sat on the phone with Obama for those 90 minutes and said, listen, Chocolate Thunder, what the fuck did you guys do in Iraq? Look what you are trying to do in Syria. Remember, you guys, Syria. Syria, we wanted to go and bomb Syria. Why? Because we don't like their dictator. We don't like what he's doing to his own people. And when we say his own people, it's not his own people. There's sections of his people that are rebels, that are creating uprisings. And so he is gassing them. Okay, but it's his country, it's his people. And we decided that we were going to military strike them. We didn't get permission from anybody until Russia said, yo, bro, you can't do that. And I'm going to back their play. So, if you don't think Putin and Obama were on the phone discussing the concept, okay, that America is allowed to do whatever they want in countries that have no fucking ties to the United States. But Russia is not allowed to go into what's it called here? I say the name wrong, and I know when people are talking about me and my political savvy, they probably say, he's good, but he says names wrong. Crimea and Ukraine. And Russia, if you want to go apples to apples and oranges to oranges, Russia has more rights to go to Ukraine and Crimea than we ever had to go to Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran. Think about it. We talk about bombing Iran every fucking day. When John McCain ran for president, he did a little joke where he said, bomb, 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 Iran. But that was the joke. He was going to be our president talking about bombing Iran. Again, nobody would ever stand for Putin to dance and talk about bomb, 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 Australia, bomb. People would be like, whoa, you can't do that. So everybody needs to kind of back the fuck off because Putin is really not doing anything different than the United States does. And remember, the United States and Russia ultimately are the two superpowers. Don't ever forget that. Russia's got missiles that go 6,000 miles, not 140. And Russia has natural gas and oil that rival any exporter from the Middle East that we depend on. And look how much ass we suck when it comes to the Middle East. We are the kings of the dick suck, ass suck, ball licking when it comes to the Middle East because of that oil. So never forget that, you guys, when you're talking about Russia and what we are going through and the light thimble, okay, that we are dancing in. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very, very delicate and complicated situation that does not just resolve itself in the span of a basic don't do this and because we said so. Okay? And now let me explain this to you. Here's the newest report. And again, you want to play tit for tat. You know, our country, and it's amusing to me because you see people like McCain and Republicans who preach about a military defense, and that is what builds a strong United States. Listen, you can't get any stronger than we have in this world. Our defense budget and what we spend on the military outnumbers everybody. I mean, literally, every country put together times 10. We outspend everyone. Our military arsenal is bigger than anybody. We're bigger than Russia. And ultimately, when it comes to war, we all know that wars are not fought on the ground anymore. And if we fought with Russia, it would be a matter of war games and sending missiles full of nuclear weapons into each other's backyards. And that's it. So you can't build a military strong enough to make Russia blink. We have a military that's strong enough. And Russia goes, and so do we. Now what? What makes a country strong is its economy and its exports and what they produce in their home and what they can live on, what they can survive on. Okay? And all of these things in between. Now, when it comes to man, this computer's balls. When it comes to Russia and the economy, let me explain. And this is coming out of Russia as we speak. And this is before, or I should say after, I just talked about the economy and what makes our country strong and how we have to tread lightly. Now, let me read this to you. Russia could reduce to zero its economic dependency on the United States if Washington agreed to sanctions against Moscow over Ukraine, a Kremlin aide said on Tuesday, warning that the American financial system faced a crash if this happened. We would find a way not just to reduce our dependency on the United States to a zero, but to emerge from those sanctions with great benefits for ourselves, Kremlin economic aide Sergei Galavaz said. He told the RIA Novosti news agency Russia could stop using dollars for international transactions and create its own payment system using its wonderful trade and economic relations with our partners in the East and South. Russian firms and banks would also not return loans from American financial institutions, he said. An attempt to announce sanctions would end in a crash for the financial system in the United States, which would cause the end of the domination of the United States in the global financial system, he added. He said the economic sanctions imposed by the European Union would be a catastrophic event for Europe, saying that Russia could halt gas supplies, which would be beneficial for the Americans and give Russian economy a useful impulse. I told you guys, Gorbachev has long been seen as among the most hawkish of advisors to President Vladimir Putin. But many observers have seen his hand in the apparent radical policies on the Ukraine since the overthrow of President Viktor Yanukovych. The economics of this man have long been mocked for his apocalyptic and confrontational vision of global economics, but also expressed concern that he appears to have grown in authority in recent months. A high-ranking Kremlin source told RIA Novosti that Gorbachev was speaking in the capacity of an academic, and his personal opinion did not reflect the official of the Kremlin policy. Gorbachev described the new Ukraine authority as illegitimate and Rustophobic, which means they're against Russia, saying some members of the government were on lists of terrorist organizations. They are criminals. If the authorities remain criminal, then I think the people of Ukraine will get rid of them soon, he added. So, again, and I explained this to you guys, this issue is not exactly something that is very simple. And the fact that Russia is a huge player when it comes to oil and natural gas, okay? And when you talk about the concept, okay, that this could be financially detrimental to Russia with sanctions, it could also be detrimental to the United States. Natural gas and oil are a big fucking deal. And remember this, guys, the countries that Russia does business with and continue to do business with and support outnumber the pissant little areas that we do business with, meaning Russia does business with Libya, Russia does business with Iran, Russia does business with Syria, Russia does business with Germany. Russia does business with everybody. Now, when the Europeans, if they want to put sanctions on, they're going to be hard-pressed to even get Germany to go along. Angela Merkel has already flinched at talking about sanctions. Angela Merkel of Germany has already flinched. Trust me, again, guys, Russia's not a little piece of shit country. Okay, they're not a little shit box. Again, why do you think nobody ever goes at them? Why do you never hear Benjamin Netanyahu talking tough against Russia? Russia deals with Iran left and right. Russia deals with the enemies of Israel left and right. Putin goes to Iran. He hangs in the past with Ahmadinejad. But you never hear fucking Yahoo talk shit. Again, Russia is really as strong as the United States. You don't hear people talking about Russia because Russia literally will bitch slap a motherfucker. Okay? And they're not going to play games. Okay? So, now, listen to me. Let's talk about Putin. Now, Putin, as we've been talking, has already started to back down a little. And just like I told you, John Kerry is already in Ukraine and talking up to some people. Now, let me read. This is from the AP Wire. Vladimir Putin talked tough but cool tensions in the Ukraine crisis, and his first comments since its president fled, saying Russia has no intention to fight the Ukrainian people, but reserved the right to use force. As the Russian president held court Tuesday in his personal residence, the U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry met with Kiev's fledgling government, and Moscow agreed to sit down with NATO. Although nerves remained on edge in Crimea, with Russian troops firing warning shots to ward off Ukraine soldiers, global markets catapulted higher on tentative signals that the Kremlin was not seeking to escalate the conflict. Thank you very much. Kerry brought moral support and a $1 billion aid package to Ukraine fighting to fend off bankruptcy. Luring in an armchair before Russian tricolor flags, Putin delivered a charismatic performance filled with earthy language, macho swagger, and sarcastic jabs, accusing the West of prompting an unconstitutional coup in Ukraine. At one point, he compared the U.S. role in Ukraine to experiment with lab rats. But overall, the message appeared to be one of de-escalation. Seems to me Ukraine is gradually stabilizing, Putin said. We have no enemies in Ukraine. Ukraine is a friendly state. He tempered those comments by warning that Russia was willing to use all means at our disposal to protect ethnic Russians in the country. Significantly, Russia agreed to a NATO request to hold a special meeting to discuss Ukraine on Wednesday, in Brussels, opening up a possible diplomatic channel in a conflict that still holds monumental hazards and uncertainties. While the threat of military confrontation retreated somewhat Tuesday, both sides ramped up economic feuding in their struggle over Ukraine. Russia hit its nearly broke neighbor with a termination of discounts on natural gas, while the U.S. announced a $1 billion aid package in energy subsidies to the Ukraine. We are going to do our best to help you. We are going to try very hard, Kerry said, arriving in Kyiv. We hope Russia will respect the election that you are going to have. Ukraine's finance minister, who has said Ukraine needs $35 billion to get through this year and next, was meeting Tuesday with officials from the International Monetary Fund. World stock markets, which panicked the previous day, clawed back a large chunk of their losses Tuesday on signs that Russia was backpedaling. And remember, all these fucking Republicans are screaming about Obama. He's weak. What the fuck? You want him to fucking start a nuclear war, you assholes? Gold, the Japanese yen, and U.S. treasuries all seem as safe havens. Returned some of their gains. Russia's RTX index, which slumped 12% on Monday, rose 6.2% Tuesday. In the U.S., the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 1.4%. So basically, Russian stock market got back half of what they lost when they thought Russia was going to start fucking warring with everybody. Confidence in equity markets have been restored as the standoff between Ukraine and Russia is no longer on red alert. Russia took over the strategic peninsula of Crimea on Saturday, placing its troops around the peninsula's ferry, military bases, and border posts. 2 Ukraine warships remain anchored in the Crimean port of Sevastopol, blocked from leaving by Russian ships. Those unknown people without insignia who have seized administrative buildings and airports. What we are seeing is a kind of velvet invasion, said Russian military analyst Alexander Volks. The territory's enduring volatility was put in stark relief Tuesday morning. Russian troops had taken control of Belbek Air Base, fired warning shots into the air as around 300 Ukrainian soldiers who previously manned the airfield demanded their jobs back. About a dozen soldiers at the base warned the Ukrainians who were marching unarmed not to approach. They fired several warning shots into the air and said they would shoot Ukrainians if they continued to march toward them. Ukrainian troops vowed to hold whatever ground they had left on the Belbek base. We are worried, but we will not give up our base, said Captain Nutley Zoma, an Air Force radio electrician holding an AK-47 and patrolling back of the compound. He said the soldiers felt they were being held hostage, caught between Russia and Ukraine. There were no other reports of significant armed confrontation Tuesday in Ukraine. Amid detentions, the Russian military on Tuesday successfully test-fired their missiles. The new Ukraine leadership in Kyiv, which Putin does not recognize, has accused Moscow of a military invasion in Crimea, which the Russian leader denies. The Ukraine Prime Minister expressed hope Tuesday that a negotiation solution could be found. Arnsi Yakubiki told a news conference that both governments are talking again, albeit slowly. We hope that Russia understands its responsibility in destabilizing the security situation of Europe. Russia realized that Ukraine is an independent state and the Russian troops will leave territory of Ukraine. In his hour-long meeting with reporters Tuesday, Putin said Russia had no intention of annexing Crimea, while insisting its residents have the right to determine the region's status in a referendum later this month. Crimea tensions, Putin said, have been settled. He said massive military maneuvers Russia's been doing involving 150,000 troops near Ukraine's border have been previously planned and were unrelated to the current situation in Ukraine. Russia announced that Putin had ordered the troops back to their bases. Putin hammered away at his message that the West was to blame for Ukraine's turmoil, saying its actions were driving Ukraine into anarchy. He warned that any sanctions the United States and EU place on Russia for its actions will backfire. Russia's foreign ministry derided American threats of punitive measures as a failure to enforce its will and its vision of the right and wrong side of history. They swipe at President Obama's statement Monday that Russia was on the wrong side of history. The EU was to hold emergency summiters and rather to impose sanctions. Moscow has insisted that Russian military deployment in Crimea has remained within the limits set by a bilateral agreement on a Russian military base there. The United Nations New York Russian ambassador to the UN, Vidal Churkin, said Russia was entitled to deploy 25,000 troops in Crimea under the agreement. The Russian president also asserted that Ukraine's 22,000 strong force in Crimea had discovered that its arsenals had fallen under the control of local government. He didn't explain if that meant the Ukrainian soldiers had just left their posts or if they had switched allegiance from Kyiv to the local pro-Russian government. Putin accused the West of using fugitive President Viktor Yanukovych's decision in November to ditch a pact with the EU in favor of closer ties with Russia to fan the protests that drove him from power and plunged Ukraine into turmoil. I have told them 1,000 times, why are you splitting the country, he said. While he said he still considers Yanukovych to be Ukraine's legitimate president, he acknowledged that the fallen leader has no political future, and said Russia gave him shelter only to save his life. Ukraine's new government wants to put Yanukovych on trial for the deaths of over 80 people during protests last month in Kyiv. Putin had withering words for Yanukovych, with whom he has never been close. Asked if he harbors any sympathy for the fugitive president, Putin replied that he has quite opposite feelings. As you see, everything is starting to chill the fuck out. Just like a lot of us have said time and time and time and time and time. Over and over and over. Okay? Do you guys understand that? We've said this over and over and over and over. And the wacky Republicans, these lunatics, we're talking about President Obama being weak and being a jerk off and being, that's why we should have had, that's why we should have had McCain, and we should have had Sarah Palin and Mitt Romney in there. Once again, President Obama is showing why he's a badass president and why you need to fucking be kind of cool in this country's way that we do things. And why? Because we do fucked up shit. All right? And let me explain something else to you. And nobody's really bringing this up, but you're going to see it brought up once this resolution comes to a final close, and I will be the E.F. Hutton again of the world. And let me explain to you. What you're going to see is this entire incident used as a get out of free jail card for Syria, because Syria still controls about, I think they say, a 90% stockpile of their chemical weapons. Literally. They still have Jesus Christ, they've only gotten rid of 4%, the last I heard, of their chemical weapons. And Russia backs their play. Now, once this whole situation gets under control here, and everybody chills the fuck out, and everything goes back to normal, do you guys really think that Syria and us going in on a military strike is going to ever happen? Fuck no. Ain't ever gonna fucking happen. Seriously, it ain't ever gonna fucking happen. I mean, that's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't even fathom what that would be like in terms of dealing with our own personal lives. I'm just thinking, it's like your wife or your girlfriend catching you cheating. and you go through like 2 months of getting back in the house, and you're on your best behavior, and all of a sudden you go out to a party and you see your wife, dancing with a guy, and you like wig out. It's kind of like that, where you are so fucked as far as being in the doghouse that it's like, dude, don't even fucking tell me that I'm not allowed to dance with somebody. I'm not fucking them. It's very similar to this whole Syria, Ukraine, Russia thing. Because if we think we're going to start a war with Syria and march in there and remove Assad and go to war with him because of the way he treats his own people, Russia's going to say, wait a minute, time out here. So you, the United States, are going to go into a country that you have nothing to do with. You have no say over anything except you don't like what they're doing to their own people, and you're going to fucking go to war with them, and we, the Russian citizens, aren't allowed to go to war with a country, and half of the fucking country are Russian? Fuck you, United States. Trust me. All this was a maneuver for Putin to really be able to have more strength in what it comes to dealing with people in the Middle East. That's all. That is all. That is all it is. And we are now going to be put on notice whenever we want to go into the Middle East and give people a hard time. It will not happen anymore because Putin will remind us and say, fuck you, United States, you assholes, you fucking jerk-offs. If we're not allowed to go into Ukraine without threats of war and economic sanctions, and half of Ukraine is fucking Russia, and it wasn't too long ago that Ukraine was Russia, you sure the fuck ain't going into Syria and removing the fucking president when we do billions of dollars worth of business with them. You sure the fuck ain't gonna deny Iran any type of business when all they want to do is create nuclear power for their own people, not a weapon. And Russia is now going to back a lot of these people's play. And they will use this incident as telling the United States, fuck you. If we had to mind our own business, you got to mind your own fucking business. And then the United States goes, all right, you're right. It's like a little kid. They got to go, you're right, sorry. And it doesn't make us weak. It just finally has people putting us in our place when it comes to this military shit that we've been doing since the goddamn scumbag Bush has been in office. We had no business going into that Gulf War. That was no fucking reasoning for us to go there. And before the Gulf War, we never had problems in the Middle East. Once in a blue moon, you get a little craziness with a couple radicals. And guess what happened? Their people wind up basically slapping them. Seriously, you get a little uprising from a Libya or somebody like that, and we give them a little fucking slapping, or we have their people give them a little slapping, and we don't hear from them. And if you guys think that, well, we had problems, look what we had one of our ships got blown up. No, all these things happened after Bush decided to fuck with everything. All right? We never had Middle East problems until fucking Bush Sr. went into that war in Persian Gulf. That is it. When we went into that war, that is when our entire world, as far as these Middle Eastern douchebags, all started. We never gave a fuck about Israel. We never did. It was all, they let Israel and Palestine throw rocks at each other. We were always engaging them in peace treaties. You always seen, whether it was Arafat and Sharon at a White House with Jimmy Carter, shaking each other's hands. Arafat got a Nobel Peace Prize. You never had the stuff that goes on now. It wasn't until the United States got involved and started picking sides, until we started going, all right, we side with you, we don't side with you, you're okay. We were basically like that movie. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're okay, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I like you, I don't like you, fuck you. We used to just be neutral. We used to go, We used to sit in a room and they go, hey, you like the Middle East? And we go, well, do you like anybody more? Depends on what day. Well, do you like Israel more? Well, do you like Saudi Arabia? Well, do you like Iran? Everybody was like, We didn't have one motherfucker. If we had to choose, we'd be like, all right, Israel's a little better, but that's our president's day. Well, what about Egypt? Yeah, well, you guys like going there looking at the pyramids. Yeah, okay. That was how we were with the Middle East. That was, it was like, hey, yeah, okay, sure. And now it's dog shit. Like I've said before, I've never heard more talk about the Middle East than I have in the last 20 years since Bush came into office, senior. Before then, I never heard of fucking the Middle East. The only thing I ever heard was the hostages, and they freed themselves as being phony movie crew. And after that, Iran was like, oh shit, oh we're so embarrassed, oh we're sorry. We're sorry, America. We're sorry. It's a couple of the crazy fuckers. It's crazy. We're sorry. We're so sorry. Sorry. We're sorry. That was it. Before then, what? We had the Iron Sheik. That was it. And the only thing we knew about the Iran was the Iron Sheik. And that was it. That was it. Ayatollah Khamenei. That was just a great name, Ayatollah Khamenei, and the Iron Sheik, wrestling lore. That was it. Fucking, anybody heard of fucking Syria? Back before Bush was in office, Syria? I didn't even know there was a Syria. Seriously, did you ever know there was a Syria? Never knew about Syria. Never knew about Libya. Fucking Libya. They had Muammar Gaddafi. That's all I ever heard of. A guy you'd see him on a fucking camel, with the turban and sunglasses, like Armani sunglasses, rolling on a fucking camel. He was that was it. Wasn't until Bush that we became just this fucking Middle Eastern hellions. And in turn, watch, Russia is going to use the conflict that they're going through now as us to back the fuck out. And that is what you will see. And we will do it. Because we have no business fucking around in the Middle East. Basically, you want to know what we should be doing in the Middle East? It should be like when buying marijuana in California was still illegal, and you basically just went to the shitty neighborhoods and you bought your fucking chronic and got the fuck out. You didn't go there and hang out with the brothers. You didn't go down into the fucking hood, buy your dope and party and drink 40 ounces. You went in, you went in, you know, hey man, you got a nickel bag? Okay, thank you, see you later. And then you left. That's how we used to be with the Middle East. It was like, we got our oil, we got the fuck out. It was it, hey, we get the oil, okay, thanks, see you later, bye. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, you smelly fucking falafel motherfuckers. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, no falafel for thank you, got that, no. That was it. I mean, all of a sudden we turned into being one of them, wearing turbans, fucking talking about holy lands, letting them talk to us and go, you know, if you just give us a little backing and you let us take a decent land and you make sure nobody fucks with us, we'll give you some money and maybe a TV station or a newspaper. And we're like, oh shit, fuck, United States, we all want to be TV stars, you got it, we'll back your play. That's when it became such a fucking issue. Prior to that, we got in and we got out. How much oil you got? How much oil you got? Come on. How much? Give me the oil. Not keep your falafel. Give me the oil. Keep your fucking dreidels. Give me the oil. Keep your fucking gold coins. Keep that funny little hat. Give me the oil. Stop throwing rocks. Stop it. Give me the oil. And then we left. That was it. Shit. So, mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see the Russians, they're going to withdraw. This entire thing was a big game so Putin could show muscle to his country, and so Putin could show the world that they're still badass motherfuckers, and to make sure that the United States backs the fuck off when it comes to the Middle East. Mark my words. You will all say Rob Black is again E.F. Hutton. He said it with 12 Years a Slave and the books being in school. He was correct. Correcto mundo. He was correct. You know, when it comes to porn news, correct. Basically, this motherfucker is a correct genius. And we have to respect his geniusness. We have to basically understand why he is the god of knowledge. I give to you the Rob Black Show. Thank you. We're going to take a break now, you guys. It's approaching the 2:30 hour, and I hope my listeners, especially my good friend Curtis there, let's just call Curtis, he goes by the name of Curtis James, but I'm going to call him Curtis Blow, all right? And that was a great 80s rapper. That's Curtis Blow. Curtis, I hope that I was able to inform you and I gave you a good Putin speech. And if I didn't, fuck you, my brother from another mother. If I did, I welcome you, and someday me and you will have some watermelon and some fried chicken with a little Chinese girl, and while she eats rice, and you then after can hit her in the head with a 40-ouncer. Anyways, it's a Rob Black Show. We're going to take our break. We'll be back, and we're not going to play the Jake Malone song again. We've already played it twice. Okay? We already played the fucking thing twice. We can't play it again. I can't play it again. All right? Can't play it again. Instead, we're going to play a song that's called Just a Bullet Away. And this is Metallica, you motherfuckers. This is the greatest band in the history of bandom. This is the greatest musical act in the history of musical actness. This is Metallica. We're back, ladies and gentlemen! You stupid cocksuckers! Alright, that's what I'm thinking right now. It's fucking 2:35 p.m. And we're back live. Remember, that's 3D. Remember, that's 3D, you motherfuckers. Fuck you, 3D. That's what we're doing here on the Rob Black Show. Katie Summers, how are you doing today, you little scumbag? I haven't heard from you. Normally you text me or you email and you say, "Hi, honey. How are you? Hi." That's what I want to know. I want to know, how are you? That's what I want to know. How are you, Alexandra? You little black fucking princess. You better not be sitting there eating no fried chicken, motherfucker. You better be working on that motherfucking life. That's what I want to know. Tom Byron, the carry on wayward retard son. He's back. I asked him, I said, when you came back from where you were, did you see the chosen people? Did you see the super Jews that are known as the blacks? And he said, well, Rob, one black was indisposed, the other black was being fat, and the other one was golfing. Golfing, I said. Who's this motherfucker golfing with? So I text him up. I said, who are you golfing with? Oh, my God, he's golfing with a chocolate. A chocolate. I just told the world you're golfing. Told the world you're golfing with a chocolate. Tom Black just showed me that he's golfing with a black guy. A guy by the name of Derek Newblood, who goes by the name of a company called Pistol Whip Media. They are golfing right now. Who would let them on a golf cart, of course? Who would let the chocolate on a goddamn golf course? That's what I want to know. Seriously, I did not know that. Told everybody. Who would let a chocolate? Who would let a chocolate at a country club? Come on now, man. I asked the world. There it is, guys. Todd is out golfing with a black fella. If you all don't know what a chocolate means a black fella. All right? Do you understand that? A chocolate means a black fella. Nothing more, nothing less. Chocolate. Sometimes we go by chocolate thunder. Sometimes we go by chocolate cupcakes. Todd just said stupid. That hurts me. A chocolate, a chalk, a chalk, a CH, a chalk. Hold on, guys. A chalk, CH, a chalk, and a Jew must be a public must be a public course. Classic. I told Todd, a Jew and a chocolate, they must be at a public course. They're not at a country club. No fucking way. No country club's gonna let a chocolate and a Jew, ebony and ivory, on a fucking golf course. Okay. Definitely, they're probably at the Van Nuys fucking public golf course. Van Nuys public. Van Nuys public course. Classic! All right, enough of my racial humor. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's not fucking funny. I'm not funny, okay? I'm not funny. I'm probably insulting a lot of Jews. I'm probably insulting. Katie Summers said he broke my speaker from screaming, singing, and banging that stick. Laugh out loud. I'm about to do enemas. You do those enemas, Katie Summers. Clean your asshole out, you son of a bitch. People don't want to see poopy on camera. They don't want to see poop. They want to see a clean, pretty butthole. They don't want to see your asshole caked with shit. Okay? That's not something that the fucking people want to see. Well, if you're an Ira Isaacs fan and you're into Ira Isaac movies, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a pornographer who, after 3 attempts by the courts to convict him, was eventually convicted of making shit movies. But he's not gone to prison yet because of an appeal that he was allowed to basically sit out and not go to prison on an appeal. Never heard of that before. I wish I had something like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. I'm going to show you the video. This is from Todd Black. Man, must be nice, this guy. He's playing golf. Look. Look at that. Must be nice. Guys, living large. Living large. Living large. Fucking living large. I guess life is pretty good for the guy. Katie Summers said I get asked at least 5 to 10 times a day if I do dirty anal shows. No joke. I have to block people who ask that. People are asking my girlfriend if she will do dirty anal shows. That is disgusting. That's disgusting. And they must be Ira Isaac fans. Ira Isaacs, the only man who gets convicted and is waiting and not having to go to prison on an appeal that is pretty unlikely that he'll win, but he got to have a case in California. My case was in basically Rick Santorum's backyard in Pennsylvania. Okay, my case happened to have a jury pool that when my shitty lawyers conducted the questionnaires, about 1,000 of them came back that said that pornography was against Jesus. Okay, and as I sat there one night and read through every single one of these questionnaires, and it said, we hate pornographers, we hate porn, we hate fucking kill them, we hate, literally, okay, and I'm like, really, guys? So out of 1,000 people, all you got is 975 that want to kill me? I mean, really? Yeah, that's it, Rob. So you're going to plead guilty. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that you don't go to jail, or at least your wife doesn't go to jail. We're going to make sure you're taken care of. What? I went to jail, she went to jail, the worst prison in America, and basically that was the greatest attorneys known to man. Thank you very much, guys. And, of course, these assholes didn't even write me. I know it sounds so lame to be like, well, did you want them to write you? Yeah, I mean, I had people write me. That were fucking not even part of my world. Okay? Okay? So, it's crazy. I had people that wrote me that had no real business in necessarily giving a shit I had no real, I had people that were writing me and talking to me that had no real connection with me. Seriously. I had people writing me that had no real connection with me. That it really didn't matter if they wrote me or not as far as in their world, but they did because they were my friends. Okay? More like, my friends that, again, I wasn't that close with, but at the end of the day, they wrote me. And my own attorneys couldn't be bothered to do that. And so that just shows you that they're little pieces of shit. Anyways, it's 2:46 p.m. And it's funny because I just got on the wire, on the AVN wire and XBiz wire, and we'll jump on this. And it's not Jake Malone death, okay? And it should be, god damn it. And it has to do with this little piece of shit, Chris Mann, and the death dollar. Free Speech Coalition has just announced new appointments and shuffling of board officers. Following the election for board members in January, Free Speech Coalition has announced the names of board officers who have recently been appointed or reappointed. Attorney Jeffrey Douglas will continue on as board chairman. Of course, Jeffrey Douglas, who gets a paycheck from Free Speech Coalition, he's done for over 10 years and he does nothing. He's never won a fucking court case. He's never done anything productive for the adult business except sponge, feed, and mooch and leech off this industry. Okay? New board president is Christian Mann. This cocksucker! The guy who's supposed to be riddled with cancer, who's not dead yet. Yes, one of his directors, Jake Malone, takes the 50 fucking story death plunge. But this cocksucker, Chris Mann, is still kicking around, and he's got bone, liver, brain cancer, but yet he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. The guy works out, the guy's got a tip-top physical shape, but he's not dead. All right? He's not dead. So they've moved him up in the position of Free Speech Coalition board president. He's taken over from the former president, which is Sid Grief. And Sid Grief recently retired from the adult business because Sid Grief, well, let's face it, Sid retired because running a distribution wing of the adult business that amounted to taking two of a number, literally two fucking pieces, and then a month later he'd return one of the pieces and bitch and complain about the fucking movie. So I guess Sid Grief's time in the adult business has passed him by. I guess the big distribution behemoth of Sid Grief is all done now. What would the business and what is the business gonna do without the great Sid Grief at AAA Distribution? Is that what it was? Wasn't it something like that? Sid Grief, he'd wear the fishing gear. He'd literally wear a fishing hunting vest. And you would see him walking around at the shows. That was Sid Grief. The biggest, douchiest waste of humanity known to fucking man. And because he's retiring, there's a huge shakeup at Free Speech Coalition. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, oh no, oh dear, what's the world to do? Oh my God, oh dear, what are we gonna do? Sid Grief is retired. Well, we put Christian Mann as the board president. because this cocksucker's gonna live forever. Christian man, when are you gonna fucking die, you cocksucker? When? This dollar bill is the Chris Man death dollar. You see, it says your fucking name on it. Chris Man death dollar. Alright? When the fuck are we going to be able to get the death dollar? That death dollar is a wager between me and Tom Byron, that old ball sack motherfucker in the other room. Alright? You little pieces of shit. When are we going to get the death dollar? I want to know when the death dollar. I want my motherfucking death dollar. Now, those of you who don't know, Tom Byron says that Chris Mann's going to be dead within 5 months. It was 6 months, but you got to figure it's been going on for a week or two. He says the over and under is 6 months. I say, Christian man, this cocksucker is pure evil. And he's been fucking committing acts of fucking atrocities, war crimes, okay, genocide, suicide. Look at fucking poor Jake Malone, the poor bastard, started off strong, virile, hulking, making great productions. What happens? He's out fucking a heroin addict junkie in Thailand trying to open up a music store. All of his titles somehow end up in the ownership of Evil Angel, and this cocksucker is jumping off a fucking building. And Chris Mann is still kicking along. Jake Malone dies, and Chris fucking Mann gets a promotion. How does this work? How does this work? Chris Mann got a promotion. Chris Mann got a pay bump. And you know what Jake Malone got? A death bump. That's what he got. I want to know, when is this fucking death dollar going to be able to be cashed in? That's what I want to know. And then we have Eldorado Trading Company, Larry Garland, is now the Free Speech Coalition Vice President, filling the position left by Christian Mann because Christian Mann got promoted. Christian Mann gets promoted, Jake Malone takes the nasty plunge. And then, of course, everybody's favorite Bob Christensen, the Adam and Eve president over there, that fucking genius, Bob Christensen. Yeah, Bobby Christensen. He'll continue on the position of treasurer. He's gonna handle all the money. Yeah, Bob Christensen will handle the money. He'll be the little banker. He'll be the little merchant. And he'll handle all the money. Yeah. I'm gonna handle all the money. And then, of course, Mark Kearns will continue to serve as the board's bitch. Yes, Mark Kearns, senior AVN editor, will serve as the board secretary. Now, historically, secretaries are women. Secretaries aren't men. Have you ever seen the show Mad Men? You know what the secretaries there do? They get fucked in the ass! They suck the cocks of their bosses. Now, we know that Mark Kearns only has one ball, and we know that his dick won't get hard, so that must mean he's taking it up the keister. Oh, yeah. Mark Kearns is taking it up the old dirt pipe chute. You know what that is, the dirt pipe chute? Hershey Highway, Yeah, baby. That's what Mark Kearns is, and he'll resume his secretary duties. Fucking secretary, a fucking bitch. Let me ask you, Mark Kearns, if you were my secretary, would you suck my cock? Because historically, all my secretaries sucked my cock, and they ate my cum. So my question is this. As the Rob Black Show goes national, and I look for a secretary, if I hire you, will you suck my cock and eat my cum? Would ya? Would ya? Would ya? Would ya? I would hope you would. I would hope you would take my cum down right to your throat. You will gurgle it. You will fucking swallow it. And you will look at me in the eyes and say, may I have another? Oh, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's the hot news from Free Speech Coalition, AVN, XBiz. We've got action. But more importantly, this dollar bill's still on the wall. I want to know when the death dollar bill is going in this pocket, for Christ's sakes. Between Christian Man and John Staliano, both of them got life-threatening diseases, and they seem to be living forever. Tom Byron can't take a shit without filling the toilet up with cancer blood. But John Staliano has got disease from a fucking transsexual Brazilian drug addict with HIV/AIDS pumping through his blood. And he won't die! You got Christian Man with so much cancer that he makes the guy in the movie Dying Young look like Hulk Hogan. And he won't die! Between these two sons of bitches, they've outlived John Leslie, Jake Malone, Alex Terenzi, Woody Long. Jesus Christ. If you work at Evil Angel, Christian Man and John Staliano suck the life from you, and you eventually die. Broke, sad, and alone. While Christian Man and John Staliano have the death power. At this rate, John Staliano's going to live until he's 140. And Christian Man's going to live till he's about 132. Because they suck that life out just like a fucking vampire. Why do you think John Staliano does the movie Vivacious? Why do you think that son of a bitch was walking around the halls of ABN with the Dracula costume on and the teeth and the fangs? He was there to suck the life out of every single porn producer and actor in the adult business. Oh, yeah. God damn it. God damn it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the news on Free Speech Coalition. That's the interesting factoids on the Free Speech Coalition. And ladies and gentlemen, what that means is it's exactly 3 p.m. You know what 3 p.m. is? That means it's time to close out. That means it's time to say goodbye. That means we are going to be signing off until tonight. Yes, until tonight. And what you say is tonight for all of you new fans, that means it's 8 fucking p.m. that Rob Black comes back. And it's called Late Night. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Late Night with Rob Black. And you will see some of the most exciting entertainment that you will ever witness in your entire miserable fucking lives. Do you understand me? And when I say miserable, I only say that to the people out there that are listening to me and watching me that are not my friends, that are not my fans. They're haters. And they watch me in spite. They watch me because they want to see what kind of venom will spit out of this mouth. And I hope today you've been fully satisfied with the venom that has come out of these fangs, ladies and gentlemen, because, God damn it, we're feeling good today. That's what we're feeling. Got a lot of positive things in the air, not just my shit, smelly asshole blowing off farts. Oh, no. We've got new websites being built. We've got XPW being manned. And we've got Katie Summers cleaning out her fucking rectum. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the greatest show in the entire world. This is the greatest show on earth. You've heard of Ringling Brothers? Fuck Ringling Brothers. This is the Rob Black Show. We are the greatest show on fucking earth. And you could call Ringling Brothers up and say, Rob Black is back. You sued him once because he said XPW was the greatest show on earth. Well, now the motherfucker's saying his show is the greatest show on earth. And you tell those motherfuckers at Ringling Brothers to bring it on. You tell them to bring that fucking tiger. You tell them to bring them fucking clowns. You tell them to bring an elephant that's running around in a fucking globe, a metal globe. You bring them motherfucking motorcycle cocksuckers that go upside down, back and forth, back and this and that. You bring them. And you say Rob Black is the greatest show on earth. Ringling Brothers sucks. Sucks. This is an experience unlike any other experience. Why? Because I'm just that damn good. That's why. So, make sure you go and you log into streammate.com and you take a look at Katie Summers. Do you understand who Katie Summers is? You're going to take a look at Katie Summers and you won't be fucking disappointed. All right? And then maybe if you want a little chocolate in your life, you go and you find Monica Foster, okay? You look for Monica Foster, and she's on StreamMate, and she will fucking bang her fucking pussy like she's banging Reginald Dennehy's head with a motherfucking brick in the LA riots! This is the Rob Black Show. We don't fuck around. Oh, no. We're taking us out of here. What are we taking us out of here with? What are we taking us out of here with? What are we taking us out of here with? What are we taking us out of here with? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. It's 2 time. It's closing time. We'll see you guys tonight at 8 o'clock. And don't forget, this is the greatest program. We bring you the greatest entertainment. We don't hold back. We don't play around. Well, we do play around, but we don't hold back. We say it like it is, and we basically tell you and say the things that other people only wish they can say. We say the things that you are afraid to say. We do the things that you could only dream about doing. This is the Rob Black Show. 3 fucking D. Closing time. Turn all of the lights I get out from the window. It's fucking closing time. I want to hear it from every single one of you. Let me see you stand up. Let me get your lighters out like in the 90s, and you go back and forth like this, you go back and forth like this, and you say, okay. The Rob Black Show. See you tonight. Ho!